This is Paul Turner, the immigration barrister to Imperium Chambers. If you've got an immigration problem, get in touch with me and I'll help, or at least advise you honestly. More lies from Priti Patel. Well, peers have questioned the Home Secretary's basis for saying that 70% of people who arrive on small boats are economic migrants. There are calls for Priti Patel to withdraw or justify the claim she made before Parliament that most people who travel to the United Kingdom in small boats are not genuine asylum seekers. Two Labour peers, David Blunkett and Shami Chakrabarti, have also questioned whether the Secretary of State actually has any evidence that backs up her claim that 70% of individuals on small boats are single men who are effectively economic migrants. It appears that there are concerns that the government is not being truthful about how many of those forced across the channel by small boats are refugees or not. The importance of this is that under Priti Patel's new bill, their claims would be deemed inadmissible. When questioned about her new and potentially unlawful immigration bill, she replied, "In the last year, 70% of individuals on small boats are single men who are effectively economic migrants. They are not genuine refugees." That's a very bold statement to make, especially when it's not backed up by any evidence. So the Home Office were pushed on the issue, and when they were pushed, the Home Office were not able to back up her claim. Apparently all they could say was that the majority of the people were men, which is something that, with the greatest respect to border force officials, would be apparent from them, their appearance, if nothing else. Lord Blunkett, the former Labour Home Secretary who asked Ms Patel the question that provoked the 70% response, said that the government could struggle to justify the decisions because officials are still processing a backlog of asylum claims. And as we know, Priti Patel says the asylum system is broken. Indeed, he said, "It is not surprising that the government has not responded to the question, given that the backlog of cases is so extreme. The latest figure I saw was 125,000, which exceeds many previous years." The truth, however, may be somewhat difficult, or difficult rather, for Ms Patel to swallow. Dr. Peter Walsh, a researcher at the Migrant Observatory at the University of Oxford, said, "A majority of asylum claims, including those who arrived in the UK by small boat, are ultimately successful. Indeed, the Home Office's own records indicate that 59% of claims filed between 2017 and 2019 were ultimately successful, and people were granted status." This would seem to cast some huge doubt on whether Priti Patel is either lying or just making it up because it sounds good, because it appears that the previous statistics do not support her claims. Indeed, it is said, "It is reasonable to suppose that channel migrants will be more likely than other asylum seekers to have their asylum claims granted. This is because of the nationalities that are most common among channel migrants, like Iranian, Syrian, Afghan and Yemenis, who have a higher than average likelihood of ultimately being successful." So it appears that this is just yet another shameful example of the Secretary of State playing politics with people's lives. Sad but true, and also not uncommon at the moment. As I say, if you have an immigration problem, please do not hesitate to contact me. I hope this video has been of some use. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you again for watching. This is Paul Turner, the immigration barrister to Imperium Chambers.